How are you?
Yeah, I'm sure. Only take a couple of days. Good. Really, Grandma? Did you know that? Of course.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please stand in body or spirit as we sing our gathering music, hymn number 346, Come Sing a Song with Me.
It's
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Hillsborough, where we constantly strive to be an open and welcoming congregation to all who seek community and support in discernment about ethics, joy, and meaning. Our messages, rituals, and interactions vary from week to week. As Unitarian Universalists, we embrace pluralism, meaning we celebrate a variety of religiously sacred days, explore different paths to enlightenment, and constantly strive to refine our own individual belief systems. As UUs, we don't require that we all adhere to one specific creed or common belief, but rather we are a community built on covenants, which means promises. We promise to connect with one another with love. We learn from one another by listening to and supporting each other in our individual lifelong quest for truth and meaning in matters of our personal faith. So whoever you are, member, guest, or friend, and whatever reason brought you through these doors today, either in person or online, we welcome you with open arms to our congregation. My name is Jenny Kiles, and I'm excited to make my debut as the worship associate this morning. As a lay-led organization, nearly every single person in this room is a contributing volunteer. A lot of work goes on behind the scenes to make our services and Sunday classes and activities possible. So let's give a round of applause to say thank you to everyone who has worked or volunteered to make today's worship service possible. And please note that we are more than Sunday services. We enjoy a wide range of social activities outside of Sunday worship, and you'll hear more about that during announcements. We engage in local justice movements, support local causes, enjoy this beautiful campus, and offer care and support to members and friends in need. All in all, UUCH, our spiritual home, is a great place inside and out to gather and learn and grow in spirit, live in community, and expand our love. And that is thanks to all of you. This morning, I especially extend a heartfelt thank you to our speakers, Lou Goodall and Allison and Steve Mahaley. Lou, Allison, and Steve have served in multiple leadership roles here at UUCH. Lou is a retired clinical psychologist and a devoted environmentalist. Steve Mahaley is recently retired from being a developer of virtual reality immersion to advance human understanding. He launched his own business after an illustrious 20-year career in executive training. And Allison has worn many leadership hats here at UUCH. She has recently retired from her second career as a professional speaker and diversity trainer. In her various roles, Allison has had the opportunity to speak at several other congregations, work closely with UUA staff, and be a presenter at and attend General Assembly. Today, these three will share the second half of the sermon that Allison and Steve shared last week, expounding on the Article 2 revisions. Last week, we explored the shared values of interdependence, generosity, and transformation. Today, we will focus on pluralism, justice, and equity. So thank you all for sharing with us this morning. Before we begin our worship service, let's take a moment for important announcements. We will enjoy coffee and tea and some scones and cookies in the back here in the sanctuary. If you're a visitor today, please stay for our after-service coffee and snacks so we can get to know each other better in that more relaxed setting. This is a really good time to see that your cell phone is either turned off or silenced in worship mode. And if you have announcements, please come up to the side mic.
Hi y'all, it's Amy. I have some announcements for you. All of the following announcements come directly from our newsletter. If you're not subscribed to our newsletter, please talk to me. I would love to subscribe you. There's a lot more information online. Let's get started. There is a picnic happening at the home of Dave Belt and Nancy Valentine on Lake Orange. I got it that time. Next Sunday at 1 o'clock. Right?
Yes.
Okay. The sign up genius only has 3 people signed up. So please go sign up before Saturday to bring stuff, bring your swimming stuff and water play toys as well. We are doing a group camping trip August 30th through September 1st. Again, you can register for that through the newsletter. We are doing a Pathway to Membership class for anyone interested in learning more about membership here at UUCH. That will be September 1st at 3 o'clock to allow campers anytime to get back home. I hope that you can join us. Alicia is hosting a Council of All Beings here at 2 o'clock on September 7th. And Religious Exploration for Children and Youth. Registration is now open for the new congregational year. Please see the newsletter to register your children and youth by the beginning of September. Also, a quick plug for our Backpack Blessing service, which will be held on August 25th here. Children and youth are encouraged to bring their school bags, backpacks, whatever with them to that service so they can receive a special blessing. I think that's all that I have. Okay, thank you.
So if you enjoy singing, please join us tonight at 7 in the sanctuary. The Songbirds, our singing group, is going to be practicing. We're a drop-in group, so even if you haven't sung with us before or you don't think you can make a commitment to be at every practice, please just come and enjoy singing. 7 o'clock here tonight.
Good morning, I'm Patty and I'm on the care team. And right now our care team has 3 members who need rides. They are AC, who is here today with us and has a ride obviously. Pam, who canceled her ride today to sleep in, which you know happens. And then Cliff Staten. And Cliff was a little bit away from us, but it's a lovely setting. And he gets into and out of the car by himself. All you need to do is show up and pick him up. If you have time, you have to be a little earlier one time, but I'm going to try for next week for Cliff because it's been a long time since he's been in our presence, and I think he needs to be. Well, you know, we need to see him too. So that's that. But you can sign up if you're interested in that through Lots of Helping Hands, and that's in the weekly e-news.
One very quick children's religious exploration announcement. Next week is a water play day again, so if your kids are coming, have them come. If they want to get wet, have them come prepared in clothing that can get wet. If they don't want to get wet, we will also have activities available for children who prefer drier play.
Okay, are there any more announcements for the good of the community? Okay, if there are no more announcements, let's prepare ourselves for our time of worship by reminding ourselves of who we are and why we gather as stated in the bylaws of our association. As Unitarian Universalists, we covenant congregation to congregation and through our association to support and assist one another in our ministries. We draw from our heritages of freedom, reason, hope, and courage, building on the foundation of love. Love is the power that holds us together and is at the center of our shared values. We are accountable to one another for doing the work of living our shared values through the spiritual discipline of love. The chalice in the center of our altar is the symbol of our faith. By lighting it each time we gather, we remind ourselves of the promises we make to live our shared values as Unitarian Universalists. Please join me in a responsive reading found in the order of service. We light this chalice as a symbol of our shared values: interdependence, equity, transformation, pluralism, generosity, and justice. These values are centered around love, and the greatest of these is love.
The Central Task of the Religious Community by Mark Morrison Reed. The central task of the religious community is to unveil the bonds that bind each to all. There is connectedness, a relationship discovered amid the particulars of our own lives and the lives of others. Once felt, it inspires us to act for justice. It is the church that assures us that we are not struggling for justice on our own, but as members of a larger community. The religious community is essential, for alone our vision is too narrow to see all that must be seen, and our strength too limited to do all that must be done. Together, our vision widens and our strength is renewed. Please rise in body or spirit as we sing our opening hymn, number 170, We Are a Gentle, Angry People.
When we get to verse 5, where it says we are gay and straight together, let's sing we are queer and straight together, because queer encompasses more, and we don't have time to get in all the different references, etc.
Sharing joys and sorrows is a special ritual included in our Sunday services. The ritual includes both sharing aloud and silent acknowledgments of concerns and sorrows, or joys, or special milestones that have occurred this week. After sharing, each person is asked to drop a stone into the vase on the altar, symbolizing the communal connection and collection of our experiences. By taking time to share, we strengthen the bonds between us. For those of you who would like to share aloud, please take a moment before we begin to center yourself and collect your thoughts so that what you share this morning is personal, heartfelt, and brief. So now please come forward, tell us your name, and share what is in your heart, and then drop a stone. For those of you joining us online, please put it in the chat and tell us if you would like us to read it aloud, and we'll drop a stone for you. For those of you who prefer to silently acknowledge your joys and sorrows remaining in your hearts, I invite you to come up to the altar and drop a stone into the vase in silence while Aviva plays the meditation hymn, Spirit of Life. After she plays it through one time, everyone is invited to join in singing the meditation hymn. The words are printed in your order of service. Behold all that has been shared within the heart of this community. Let's remain silent for a moment as we consider what has been shared and how we might respond. We close together with May it be so and blessed be. May it be so and blessed be. And let's now sing our children off to religious exploration by singing the Children's Blessing located in the back cover of your gray hymnal.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Last week, Allison and Steve helped us review the revisions to Article 2 in the UUA bylaws that were passed at General Assembly in June. The 7 principles we have held as, thank you. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, great. The 7 principles we have held as foundational UU values for the past 40 years have resided in Article 2 of the Unitarian Universalist Association bylaws, and that as UUs, we reevaluate Article 2 every 20 years. So over the past 5 years or so, a specially appointed commission began a careful revision of the article, and after open debate, multiple opportunities for input, multiple tweaks and final amendments, the new value statements were passed in June by 80.2% of voting delegates. That's a pretty decisive vote. A major omission in the 7 principles was the word love. Now, Article 2 explicitly centers our values around love, and the new graphic depiction of Article 2, the values flower, I think everybody got a handout of that last week, visually centers love, with 6 values laced around it in a rainbow thread. The Reverend Tess Baumberger offered this reflection on the graphic. At the center of this image is love, that heart of universalism, that eternal and all-conquering force. Around it and from it flows values that express that love. This love that sits at the center of this image is not sentimental love or romantic love. It's the love we grow in our communities, a deep and abiding love that affirms our worth, no matter what we do or don't achieve or believe. This love is a belief in ourselves and in one another that nothing can rip apart. This love affirms our interdependence. It is a love that says we all deserve to be loved, whether we've been hurt or hurt others. For some of us, the love at the center of this image includes a divine love that holds us tenderly and tightly. It is a fierce, protective, and liberating love. It is also a hopeful love, a love that inspires people of goodwill and sacrificial spirit to overcome evil and to make this earth as heavenly as possible. Just and equitable and pluralistic, affirming all people of all nations, all races, and all creeds. Today, Allison and Steve, as you know, are going to explore our individual and collective understanding of equity, justice, and pluralism. As we consider these values, let's never forget that these values are centered on love, and that love should always be our North Star. Before I turn it over to the Mahaleys, let's show our appreciation of what Steve and Allison are doing regarding Article 2 with a round of applause.
That was not a
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hello. Let's get this a little further back. Okay, can you hear me okay? Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, come on, good morning. Everybody wake up. I hate looking out there and seeing your eyes closed. It's not fun. I'd like to start our exploration off today with the concepts of equity and justice. As Jenny shared in my introduction, I have just retired as an diversity, equity, and inclusion trainer and speaker. And my path to becoming that professionally is very much rooted in me being a Unitarian Universalist. Many of you here know me as a social justice warrior, fiercely advocating for public education, the separation of church and state, free and fair elections, and many lefty causes like immigrant rights and affordable housing. I have been heavily involved with Americans United for the Separation of Church and State. And in fact, I think that it was through AU that I met Patty Hanneman, our former minister. She lured me back to UUCH and convinced me to join the social justice team. I think I remember her saying, "You don't even have to come to worship service." And then eventually she asked me to lead the team, and then together we decided to dissolve the team and make social justice an integral part of being a member here. Patty preached about justice regularly. She served on the strategy team for Justice United, and she turned out the largest percentage of our organizational membership. So for example, we had at that time a membership of about 100 people, and we could turn out 35 or 40 people to each of these actions. It was the largest percentage of an organization represented at these actions. It was phenomenal. And Patty also learned about and initiated the community partnership model that was lauded as one of the best models for social justice work. Patty's leadership with regard to justice work was amazing, and it was life-changing for me. What I learned from working with her in multicultural teams on justice issues was that what most often feels comfortable for us to focus on is charity. But charity does not force us to zoom out and ask the most important question: why is what I am doing necessary? Charity does not focus us on the root cause of the problem, nor does it empower us to make the changes that would eliminate the need for charity. Notice that charity is not one of our values. Generosity is, but not charity. So what does Article 2 say about justice? It reads, "We work to be diverse, multicultural, beloved communities where all thrive. We covenant to dismantle racism and all forms of systemic oppression. We support the use of inclusive democratic processes that make decisions within our within our congregations, our association, and society at large." There is so much that I love about this statement. But for the sake of brevity today, I will simply say that as I immersed myself in being a social justice warrior, as I studied and read and spent time with people and talked and learned about what was really the problem and studied even more, I had a profound realization. That realization was that almost every one of our societal problems is rooted in racism. Almost every single one of them. The idea that people who are different from us are dangerous is one of the most basic human instincts. That we should fear those who are different from us is racism. And as UUs, we need a covenant to dismantle racism and end all forms of oppression. That is a tall order. I could have offered a full-day workshop on the topic, and I have. But today, I need to move us along. We can talk about it more over time, but today let me move on to this value of equity. The Article 2 statement about equity reads, "We declare that every person is inherently worthy and has the right to flourish with dignity, love, and compassion. We covenant to use our time, wisdom, attention, and money to build and sustain fully accessible and inclusive communities." So what does that mean? As I said, for the last 6 years, I worked as a DEI consultant teaching workshops on diversity, equity, inclusion. In my workshops, I liked to use a 3-framed graphic that many of you have probably seen. It shows 3 kids, 1 short kid, 1 medium-sized kid, and 1 tall kid standing behind a wooden fence trying to watch a game. In the first frame, each of the kids is standing on a single box. This frame is titled Equality. Each kid has one of the identical boxes, which effectively changes nothing. They're all still, one's this high, and one's this high, because they're all standing on an identical box. In the second frame, titled Equity, the tall kid doesn't have a box. The medium kid has 1 box, and the short kid has 2 boxes. And this is called equity because each kid has what they need to be able to see over the fence. In that one, with the boxes distributed equitably, everyone can see over the fence. And then in the third frame, titled Justice, there are no boxes. Each kid is standing on the ground, but the fence is gone. In this frame, the root cause of the problem was eliminated, and everyone got to enjoy the game without any extra resources. While building those boxes during a really fun workday and then donating those boxes to those poor kids so that they could all see the game probably felt really great to those charitable donors who paid for it, built and donated them, I can't help but believe that it is exponentially better to be able to watch the game without standing on a box. So y'all, we have to get busy and tear down some fences.
What she said. I took my script. I could make something up. Do it. Y'all know I'm going to be asking you some questions, and you're going to be talking.
I don't know where it is. The pages are numbered. Good luck. Your name is at the top.
Hi, everyone. Howdy. My name is Steve. I'm glad to be here again. I actually take this very seriously because I think there's a lot of talent in this room. A lot of people who have backgrounds in professions and being at this side of the pulpit. And I honor that and thank you for the opportunity to be in front of you again. I am going to find my page here, Equity and Justice. You were all about the boxes and then you left me a big fence here. I don't know what happened. Let's see. Yeah, I think you've got the rest of it too. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, really, I need the rest of it.
That's not it. It says Steve. This is where you start.
Okay.
And this is 11.
Okay. That's 13.
Where's 12?
Oh, here we go.
Wait, here's
I'm here.
Here's
I'm
more.
with you.
Here's more.
Okay, no. Okay, I need that too? I don't need that. You just messed me up all over again. Okay.
This is very emblematic of how we're living right now.
Right. So that would have been my joy and concern today, is the state of our house. Y'all, okay, so I'm going to speak briefly about pluralism. It's the third and last component of that flower model. I'll read you what the UUA gives us about that. They say, we celebrate that we are all sacred beings, diverse in culture, experience, and theology. We covenant to learn from one another in our free and responsible search for meaning and truth. We embrace our differences and commonalities with love, curiosity, and respect. I was emphasizing a few words there for effect. I'm going to give you a quote. A garden's beauty never lies in one flower. I was looking for some examples of how to think about pluralism, examples that would bring forward, yes, the idea of pluralism, but also the idea of beauty. Beauty. And I came across that quote from a Zimbabwe-born Canadian philosopher, author, and entrepreneur whose name is Mashona Liwayo. Mr. Liwayo lives in Toronto, Canada, and has authored a number of books, one of which is called The Art of Winning. Okay, this might, for some of us here, Americans here, that might ring a few cautious bells. The Art of Winning, which is actually a book of quotes and really inspirational things, which came out in 2017. Park that idea. I'm going to come back to that 2017, The Art of Winning thing. The notions of beauty and pluralism go hand in hand in my mind. This has been a particular vein of thought for me for some years now. The idea that beauty as an idea, as a noun, and in its adjectival form, beautiful, is way too constrained in our popular society to attributes that are crafted in laboratories of product development discussions, ultra-processed and refined by the marketing and advertising departments, and held up on the highest and most unattainable pedestals of culture, or at least pop culture. Beauty. We need to liberate that term. Who is beautiful? What is beautiful? What kind of car or house or shoes or hair or eye color or skin tone, body shape, musical style, number of wrinkles we got on our face, right? If a garden's beauty doesn't lie in just one flower, why do I find myself not recognizing the other flowers in my everyday life? People I don't know. People who have different genders, different races, different religions, different body shapes, abilities, ages, professions, hobbies, political views, flags they raise, languages they speak, professions, hobbies, oh, I did that part, infirmities, challenges, sadnesses, potentials, hopes, and dreams. Perhaps it is fitting that our UU values image is referred to as the flower. Thank you, Mr. DeLuayo, for providing me with this simple quote that has reconnected me to this opening of the iris. Yes, even parts of our eyes are flowers, to see differently. On my better days or in my better moments, I am consciously aware of this. And the cool thing is that once I am aware of it, it is not work. This is not hard. I don't have to force myself to do anything. I simply receive. I simply look as if my eyes were brand new, and I receive the sheer joy of noticing beauty in the most mundane of experiences. The checkout line at Food Line, the detail in the stone sidewalk, crafted by hands many years ago, the singing of the Latino workers who are busy in my house painting until 7:30 last night, the movements of a young family wrestling with toddlers and all their gear. It's all beautiful. I think an expansive definition of beauty helps frame the benefits of pluralism. We are all indeed sacred beings, diverse in culture, experience, and theology, and we covenant to learn from one another, embracing our differences. So, let's learn from each other now. This is the audience participation piece. I want you to find someone near you. Maybe it's someone that you don't know as well. And as my friend Cindy would say, maybe it's not the one that brung you. Maybe it's someone else that's sitting around here. And in the spirit of recognizing the pluralism that's in this room right now, I want you to ask this one question of the other person, and you get to trade off. What is one, it's only one, what is one event in your life that had a big impact on who you are today? Just one event in your life that had a big impact on who you are right now. All right? You ready to find out? You ready to learn? A little pluralism right here in the room? All right, go. You got 3 minutes.
It's 13 years. I can't do front and back. I can't do that. So
You're going to go here and we're going to do this.
and then just flip over and leave it up here.
And I'll stop here and I'll just take it.
Let's take this.
All right, my friends. So, thank you very much. Thanks for doing that. As you know, we're going to have some coffee after this is done in just a few minutes, and you can hang out and finish those conversations and learn more about each other. It's amazing the things that you find out about people that you think you know really well, and you do know them really well. Anyway, I'm glad you got to do that. So, I wanted to share one final quote for you. I did the Beauty Doesn't Lies in Just One Flower in a Garden. This one is from an author and a military expert who, like Le Wayo, also wrote a book. He also wrote a book that has the words in the title that are The Art of W. It's so weird, The Art of W in it. I'm not going to give you that. So, but he wrote this book in China, and he wrote that book about 2,524 years ago. So that guy, so Wayo, is up there in Canada in 2017, and this is from 2,524 years ago. It's from The Art of War, not winning, The Art of War. Why would I bring that? Well, let me share this with you. Sun Tzu is his name. And he says something about 5 musical notes, but that is in reference to a pentatonic scale, and 5 primary colors because they included black and white, along with blue, red, and blue, red, and yellow, and also 5 cardinal tastes. And here's the quote: "There are not more than 5 musical notes, yet the combinations of these 5 give rise to more melodies than can ever be heard. There are not more than 5 primary colors, yet in combination they produce more hues than can ever be seen. There are not more than 5 cardinal tastes, yet combinations of them yield more flavors than can ever be tasted." So in closing, I would suggest that creating the diverse, multicultural, equitable, and beloved community Allison spoke of earlier and Lou helped us with, will be fueled by an expansive recognition of beauty in plurality and pluralism. May it be so, and blessed be.
Thank you so much for those really inspiring words. I really, really enjoyed both of you. Each Sunday after our sermon, we take up a monetary offering to support various worthy causes in our Orange County community. On an annual basis, our justice team, currently led by G, recommends worthy causes for our support, and our ministry council makes the final decision about which ones we will support with our financial resources. For the month of August, our plate offering will go to New Hope Elementary School. Just down the road from UUCH, New Hope is a Title I school. That means that more than 50% of the students who attend New Hope qualify for free or reduced lunch, making the school a high poverty school. The money we collect goes directly to the school's social worker, who uses it as she sees fit. Sometimes she buys food, sometimes coats, sometimes gas cards for parents, but each time she gets a check from us, she sends a thank you note back telling us how she spent it. So please be generous. You can donate by placing cash or checks in the offering basket, and if by check, please write plate in the memo line, or you can go to our website and click the donate button, or you can use the QR code printed in your order of service. Thank you for supporting our local elementary school. Beautiful. Please join me in our statement of collective gratitude printed in your order of service. May the bounty of friendship, community, and resources shared here among friends and loved ones fill us all with deep gratitude. Please rise in body or spirit to sing our closing hymn, number 1031, Filled with Loving Kindness.
These words are from Eric Williams. May you be filled with the blessings of this covenanted community. May you carry them as you depart from here. May you discover the places in the world where these blessings are needed. May you have the courage to share them. May there be an open place within you to receive the blessings of the people whom you will meet along the way.
Now, please join me as we extinguish our chalice, printed in the order of service. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace, my friends, and blessed be.
Yay, Jenny! I brought these. Sometimes people bring them, sometimes they don't.